All right, let's get right into it. We're talking about how to go from that terrifying blank page all the way to a polished, published paper. We're going to break down the absolute essentials of great academic writing. You know that feeling, right? The blinking cursor, the empty screen. It can feel totally overwhelming. If you've ever thought, how on earth do I even begin? Well, you're in exactly the right place. That's what we're tackling today. So first things first, let's talk about the big challenge itself, how to tame that blank page. It's a real beast for a lot of people. And I really want you to hear this. You are not alone. Turning all those complex ideas, all that hard-earned data into a clear, structured paper is a huge hurdle. It's tough for everyone, from students to seasoned researchers. But here's the good news. It's a skill. And like any skill, you can absolutely learn it. Okay, so let's build our foundation. Before we even think about putting sections together, we've got to master the core basics. This is the bedrock of any good piece of writing. Pillar number 1 is objectivity. In academic writing, you have to remember that your opinion isn't the star of the show. Your data is. The whole goal is to present your findings without any personal bias. You're letting the evidence make the argument for you. That's what builds credibility. And next up, a really important one, clarity and conciseness. This isn't about using fancy, complicated words to sound smart. It's actually the opposite. It's about explaining complex ideas as simply and directly as possible. Every single word, every sentence needs to have a clear purpose. It has to earn its spot on the page. And this little comparison right here really nails the difference in mindset. Academic writing's goal is to inform. That's why the structure is so rigid and the language has to be super precise. It's a completely different game from creative writing, where the goal is to entertain with expressive, artistic language. Getting this distinction in your head is half the battle. All right, now that we've got our foundation solid, let's get to the main event, the manuscript blueprint. This is the step-by-step structure that's going to be your guide through this whole process. And here it is. You've probably heard this called IMRAD. That stands for Introduction, Methods, Results, and Discussion. And this isn't just, a casual suggestion. It's the universal roadmap. It's the logical flow that scientists and researchers everywhere expect to see. So, your introduction answers the big why question. Your job here is to set the stage. You tell the reader what the problem is, why it matters, and then you get crystal clear about your specific research question and your hypothesis. This is what gives your entire paper a laser focus. Next up, the methods section. This is all about the how. The most important word here is transparency. You have to lay out the recipe for your research in so much detail that another scientist could come along and do the exact same thing. This is fundamental to building trust in science. Now for the results section, which answers what did you find? This part should be super straightforward. You are just presenting the facts, the raw data. No interpretation, no explaining what it means, not yet. I know, the temptation is huge, but just show the numbers, the tables, the figures, let the data speak for itself. And finally, we get to the discussion. This is the so what section. This is where you get to tie everything together. What does it all mean? How do your findings answer that question you started with? You'll also connect your work to other studies in the field, and this is so important, you acknowledge your study's limitations. Being upfront about what your study didn't do actually makes your paper stronger. It shows you're a critical thinker. So, as we start to wrap this up, let's look at this whole process a little differently. It's not just about getting a draft done, it's about telling your research story. Because really, that's what it is. That IMRAD structure isn't just a boring set of rules. It's a powerful storytelling framework. It guides your reader on a logical journey, from a problem to your process of discovery, to the hard data, and finally, to what it all means in the grand scheme of things. So now you've got the blueprint. You have the structure to guide you. The only question left is, what incredible story is your research waiting to tell?